You earned more this year than you ever have. And it feels exactly the same. Not better, not worse. The same. That feeling is not a character flaw. It is not a sign that you need to earn more. It is your brain working exactly as designed. And the entire consumer economy was built around it. In 1978, two psychologists studied lottery winners. Within 1 year of winning, they reported the same levels of happiness as people who had won nothing. The money changed everything around them. It changed nothing inside them. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Your brain has a happiness baseline. When something good happens, the baseline adjusts upward. When something bad happens, it adjusts downward. Within weeks, sometimes days, you get a raise. For 3 weeks, it feels incredible. Then it feels normal. Then it feels like not enough. The treadmill does not ask permission. It just moves. Here is what actually happens to a raise. Most people assume it disappears into one big purchase. A car, a vacation, something they can point to. It does not work that way. A 12% raise on a $50,000 salary is $500 a month. Within 90 days, that $500 is gone. Not into one thing, into 40 things. A slightly nicer apartment because you can afford it now. Groceries from the store that feels better. The streaming service you added because it was only $15. The gym membership you actually use this time. The Uber instead of the bus because your time is worth more now. None of these felt like a decision. Every single one felt completely reasonable. That is lifestyle inflation. It is not reckless. It is invisible, and it is running constantly in the background of every raise you will ever receive. You are not imagining it. The premium tier always exists just above wherever you are. When you earned $40,000, there was a version of everything designed for people earning $60. Now that you earn $60, there is a version designed for people earning $90. There will always be a version designed for people earning more than you. Apple releases a new iPhone every September. Car manufacturers release new models every year. Apartment complexes build luxury units in neighborhoods that were affordable last year. The timing is not random. They know the treadmill exists. They know that last year's enough becomes this year's baseline, and they build the next tier before you finish adjusting to the current one. The subscription economy figured this out before anyone else. Spotify, Netflix, Amazon Prime. None of them sell you a product. They sell you a tier. And the tier just above yours always has exactly one feature you actually want. The upsell is not random. It is calibrated to the moment your current tier starts feeling normal. Here is the number most people never calculate. A doctor earning $300,000 a year, spending $295,000, has $5,000 of wealth creation happening annually. A teacher earning $60,000 a year, spending $42,000, has $18,000 of wealth creation happening annually. The teacher is building more wealth, not because they earn more, because the gap between what comes in and what goes out is wider. Wealth is not income. Wealth is the distance between income and expenditure. And that distance, that gap, is the only number that actually determines your financial trajectory. Most people spend their entire career trying to increase the left side of that equation. Almost nobody thinks about widening the right side. Because widening the gap is invisible. Nobody posts about it. Nobody can see it happening. There is no moment where your friends notice that your gap got wider, but there is absolutely a moment where they notice the new car, the entire social architecture around money rewards spending. It is completely silent on saving. You cannot outrun the treadmill by running faster. Every raise you chase gets absorbed. Every promotion gets normalized. The only move that works is stepping off before the treadmill catches up. Here is what that looks like in practice. The moment a raise lands, before lifestyle touches it, A fixed percentage moves automatically to a separate account, not after expenses. Before, 10%, 15%. Whatever the gap can hold, the treadmill adjusts to what remains. Your lifestyle inflates on the smaller number. The gap compounds on the larger one. You did not need more discipline. You needed the decision to happen once, automatically, before your brain had time to absorb the new baseline. Most people set up a budget. A budget requires you to make the right decision every single month. Automating the gap requires you to make the right decision once. The difference in outcome over 10 years is not small. A person who automates 15% of every raise for 10 years and never thinks about it again will outperform someone who budgets carefully every month but never widens the gap. Because the budget is fighting the treadmill manually, the automation steps off it entirely. Here is what that actually looks like. $50,000 salary, 10% automated from day one, $5,000 a year leaving before lifestyle touches it. Invested at a 7% average annual return. After 10 years, without touching it, that is approximately $72,000. Not from earning more, not from being more disciplined, from making one decision on day one and letting it run. The treadmill kept moving. The gap kept compounding. Those are two completely separate things happening simultaneously, and most people only ever think about one of them. The feeling of having enough is not a function of how much you earn. Every person who has ever received a raise has felt it disappear. Every person who has ever earned more has wondered where it went. The treadmill is not a personal failure. It is a biological feature that every advertiser on Earth has studied and built their entire business model around. The people who actually build wealth are almost never the highest earners in the room. They are the ones whose lifestyle never quite caught up to their income. Not because they deprived themselves, because they automated the gap before the treadmill had a chance to absorb it. The raise came in. The percentage left automatically. The lifestyle adjusted to what remained. And they did it so quietly that nobody around them even noticed. The gap is the only number that matters. And unlike your income, which depends on your employer, your industry, your economy, the gap is the one thing you actually control. Level 3 is not learning to earn more. Level 3 is understanding that earning more was never the answer. And now you know that.